Fasting is the most profoundly effective metabolic intervention I'm aware of. It's like getting a free stem cell transplant, and it massively upregulates autophagy and mitophagy. It also stimulates mitochondrial biosynthesis during the refeeding phase, which allows your body to naturally regenerate. For these reasons, fasting is not only beneficial for type 2 diabetes and obesity, but also for health in general, and likely even longevity. There's even evidence to suggest fasting can help prevent or even reverse dementia, as it helps your body clean out toxic debris. As noted by Fung, it's fundamentally one of the keys of wellness. By lowering insulin, you also increase other important hormones, including growth hormone, which is important for muscle development and general vitality. Other ailments that can benefit from fasting include polycystic ovaries, polycystic kidneys, and fast-growing cancer cells. The reason for this is because when autophagy increases, your body starts breaking down old protein, including fast-growing cells. Then, during the refeeding phase, growth hormone increases, boosting the rebuilding of new proteins and cells. In other words, it reactivates and speeds up your body's natural renewal cycle. How to minimize side effects associated with fasting. Gradually easing into longer fasts will naturally minimize most side effects associated with fasting, as will transitioning over to a high-fat, low-carb diet, to help your body to adjust to using fat as a primary fuel. The so-called keto flu is often related to sodium deficiency, so it's recommended to take a high-quality unprocessed salt each day. I typically pour salt in my hand and lick it throughout the day when fasting, as I obviously can't put it on food. This will also help reduce the likelihood of intractable muscle cramps at night. Headaches are also common when you first start water fasting. These too can often be minimized by taking salt. An alternative to eating salt straight, or putting it in water, is to add it to a bit of bone broth. Another important mineral is magnesium. It's particularly important if you are diabetic, as magnesium deficiency is very common among type 2 diabetics. This is another possible culprit if you're getting muscle cramps. There are several types of magnesium, some of which are more poorly absorbed than others. During water fasting, your best bet is to use Epsom salt baths, as this allows your body to absorb the magnesium through your skin rather than your digestive tract. Magnesium has a laxative effect in high doses, and when you're not eating anything, oral magnesium can easily result in disaster pants. Multivitamins can also be useful during extended fasts, especially if you're doing them regularly. It is also important to understand that if you are on a multi-day water fast, you will liberate many toxins from your fat stores, so using an infrared sauna and taking effective binders, like chlorella, modified citrus pectin, cilantro, or even activated charcoal can help eliminate these liberated toxins from your body, and prevent their reabsorption. While fasting is a profoundly effective intervention for type 2 diabetes, you do need to use caution if you're diabetic. If you are taking medication, especially for your blood sugar, you have to make sure you talk to your doctor, because there's a risk your blood sugar may end up dipping too low. If you're taking insulin, and keep taking insulin while fasting, you could get into trouble. One of the greatest fears people have about fasting is the concept of starvation and the loss of lean muscle mass. In his book, Fung explains why such fears are overblown. Your metabolic rate is the energy your body uses to generate body heat and keep your organs working. Your body basically needs a certain number of calories a day. People have a tendency to think that skipping a meal means your metabolic rate will decrease. In reality, the exact opposite occurs. In studies looking at basal metabolic rate, people's metabolic rate is actually 10% higher at the end of a 4-day fast than at the beginning. So, your body is not shutting down, it's actually ramping itself up. The reason for this has to do with counterregulatory hormones. As insulin drops, counterregulatory hormones go up. Some of these activate your sympathetic nervous system, the so-called fight or flight response. So, as you fast, all these hormones are going up, your sympathetic nervous system is going up, your adrenaline is going up, your growth hormones going up. Fung says,